So how are you?
I feel like we should kick this off with like an intro. Like, welcome.
It glitched hard
Should I
for
do it?
that, but like, yeah, sure, kick it off.
Okay. Welcome everybody to our first podcast. My name is Grace Sables. I'm out in Horse Valley, Ontario.
You
Cameron,
couldn't have said your name
Cameron.
any faster.
I didn't even say it that fast. Cameron,
Yes,
where are
you
you
did.
at?
I'm in New Brunswick. We're not going to give a specific location because I know there's going to be fans who want to meet me. So,
Good thinking. Good
yeah,
thinking.
now they know where
All
you
right.
are. You're screwed.
The fans can come.
So, I don't have a camera yet because we decided to make a podcast about 2 hours ago. So,
Podcasts also don't record video. They only record audio.
I guess I'm just a big stupid idiot, but it's fine. I'm also recording from my computer, so if Graydon glitches
Probably.
out,
So,
go ahead.
well, you were saying, or I was going to say, what have you been up to during quarantine, Cameron? We haven't
I've been
talked in a while.
studying nonstop.
Yeah. How are the MCATs?
Well, I haven't written them yet. They're Saturday this week, so like I really should be studying right now. But
You write the MCATs on Saturday,
yeah,
and you decided to drink and make a podcast on the Tuesday night.
it's fun. I've been studying for 2 months straight. I need this
Wow.
release.
Wow.
What have you been up to?
How are the MCATs? What are they? What's it like studying for them?
It's pretty much any question on Earth you could possibly ask, and they do it at the exact same time. So it's quite unfortunate. And he's
It covers everything. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like
Yeah.
today I was looking at the reproductive organs all day. So trying to figure out what the hell a clit is. Apparently that's important.
Never heard that word before in my life.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist, but
Yeah.
it's made up.
Is there anything that you feel like you wish you knew going into the MCATs?
Well, the information that's on the MCAT would be nice to know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of a wing it situation at this point when you've put this much work into it. So,
Has it asked anything about the 10th dentist who didn't recommend Colgate?
yeah. Yes, they said, why didn't he?
Okay.
Never gotten it right yet. They switch up
Yeah.
the answer choices every time.
Is there anything that you've learned from studying for the MCATs that you're like, man, I can't believe I didn't know this before?
Kinda. I found out why cold pop tastes better than warm pop because the CO2 stays dissolved at low temperatures, and apparently that makes it taste good. But then there's other information that I would never need to know, like how to give someone a vasectomy.
Aren't you trying to become a doctor? I feel like that's something you should know as a doctor.
Okay, yeah, but
And
like
not the pop thing.
it's not an everyday use kind of situation. Like,
I feel like if I went to the doctor and I said, Doc, I need a vasectomy, and he goes, I don't know how to do that, but I can tell you why your pop tastes better cold. I'd be like, man, came to
okay,
the wrong place.
that's a good point, but like, I'm talking everyday use situations. I wouldn't need to know that.
Okay. That is a good everyday use. Anything else?
Nothing that cool. I mean, like it's all cool, but like nothing that crazy, you know? It's like
Is this gonna be like the kind of thing where like you study for it one time and like if you don't get it this time, like if you don't pass the MCATs or you don't get a good mark, you're not gonna take it again, or will you take it again?
Oh,
Or-
I'm
know how
taking
that
it
works.
till I kill it. You can take it 10 times in your life.
10 times the max.
Yeah, but it's quite expensive, so it's not really worth doing 10 times.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know what they say. I don't
And
have anything to back
you-
that up.
Do you have an idea for what you want to do, like gynecology or?
You wish. I'm leaning towards emergency, but the main problem is
I just have a lot of questions.
Yeah, clearly talk show. The problem is getting into med school, so I'm not going to talk about what will happen if I get in.
Okay, okay,
Let's talk about
that's
you.
fair enough. Yeah,
Where
let's do
where
it.
have you gotten your hair cut since this started?
Most recently, I cut it myself. We have a buzzer, and I just sort of did like around the sides. So like, if you can see, because you'll probably be able to see it, our viewers won't. But I trimmed it myself around the sides, and then the top is just a mess. Um,
Yes, we can tell you've
I've
cut your own hair.
yeah, I've been meaning to get a hair appointment booked, but I just like have not called because procrastination, and I don't like talking to people on the cell phone. So
I don't like talking to strangers either. It's pretty scary.
it's intimidating. And then other than that, I'm working and doing nothing.
Where do you work?
Okay. I work at my mom's design office as a design assistant. So basically, I tell people how their house should be designed, and they design it that way.
I feel like that's dangerous.
It's also just like the furthest thing from the truth. I have no authority at all. So I have a few questions I was going to ask you, Cameron.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard you have a test for me.
I do. Should we begin with the test?
Yeah, why not? How about you tell everyone what the test is to begin with?
Okay. So I've searched up a couple questions that Cosmopolitan magazine has said is the 23 questions girls want to ask guys but are too embarrassed to ask.
Which
And so we
yeah.
found ourselves the greatest stud there is in the Maritimes, and that is Cameron Keys.
Can you imagine?
So we are handpicking the best questions. We're handpicking the best questions of these 23 to ask him. And we will ask him what his response is, listen to him, and then I'll read out what Cosmo has to say about the same question.
And they're
All
not
right,
gonna
Cameron,
be
are you ready?
they're not gonna be converging answers, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we're going to start off right away with question one. What happens if you get an erection while you're sleeping on your stomach? Will you wake up bruised?
That's when you just pray for memory foam. You can't do much about it. We've all been there. I'm kidding. I've never heard of that situation happening. You're also asleep, so like, how would you even know it happened? Unless you,
I too agree with this. I have
But,
no
like-
idea how this would happen.
I mean, if you woke up with a bruise down there, I feel like you'd have a lot of questions.
It also kind of like it folds upwards, right? Like you get that
Yeah.
like towards the belly button kind of thing. So
It's got a nice little joint
like
on
it
it.
doesn't really just yeah, like a door hinge. Although it goes one way better than the other, so don't expect it to do the same thing the other way.
Much better. What does Cosmo say?
Yeah, Cosmo said basically like what I just said. But firstly, we don't live our entire lives with an erection. That is
Okay,
helpful
well,
information
they
for
may
females.
not, but like,
Yeah. Okay, you do. We get that.
yeah.
Okay, I think you answered that first question pretty well. We'll head off to the next one. Can you pee with a hard on?
You can, but it's like putting your finger over the top of a sprinkler or something. Like, it's going
And-
everywhere.
And what's the go-to position? Because like this has been something that's happened to you before. You're speaking of experience. What are you doing if you have to?
My position on it would be like proximity is your friend. You're not really trying to snipe at this point, so
No.
that would be my answer. I would just wait the 15 seconds you need to dissipate it, and I'd also like to know why you're specifically choosing to go to the bathroom at that point, but like that's just me.
I would like to know what you do to get rid of an erection in 15 seconds.
You've got the
that is-
faucet right there. You just put the cold
That's
water
so
on.
fast. Okay, back to the question though. Can you pee with a hard on? Yes or no question. What's your answer?
Yes. Not easily, but yeah.
Okay,
Do they say no?
they say no.
That's just not true though, because like You can. It's just not easy.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll jump to the next question. This one kind of targets you specifically. I feel like whoever wrote this one is probably an ex-girlfriend of yours.
Is it a skinny kid
It
question?
says, how does it feel to be able to eat whatever you want and never put on weight?
Oh my god, it literally is targeted towards me. I'll tell you, it sucks because I'm trying to put on weight and I have to eat like 5 meals a day and I go to bed at the end of the day and lose a pound. So I know a bunch of girls probably hate me for saying that. They're probably like, oh, I wish I had your metabolism. We can trade. Like, I'm not trying to look like you can see my rib cage at all times, you know?
Apparently, you're the only guy that has this issue because apparently the Cosmo guys don't have this problem. Apparently, they're very aware of what they eat.
Well, I don't know what to say to them except for fuck you guys.
All right, we're on to the next one.
Nice.
This one's gonna hit close to home for you. I've read about the finger in the butt during a blowjob
Oh my,
as the
what do
ultimate
you
sex
mean?
move. Is this a thing? Question mark.
I have never heard of that in my entire life. And that is one of the grosser things I've heard of.
Okay,
So
well, I'm sure you've heard of it. Like,
I
this can't be the first time you've
straight
heard
up
of
have
it.
not heard of that.
You've definitely heard of it, but you've never like thought about it.
If I've heard about it, it's gone in one ear and came out the other. Like, I have never pondered that situation.
I feel like everyone's heard of it, and like you hear like one in like 100 guys is like, oh yeah, it's crazy. But then you're like,
100?
I would never try
Graydon?
that if like it was the last day of my life.
1 in 100? That's 1% of the male population. That's so high.
I believe that, man.
I do
I've
not.
talked to guys. I'm not going to name names, but I've talked to guys that have like told me that like a rim job is like
Okay,
quality.
we're gonna go the next question, and you're gonna start talking to guys in different ways.
All right.
Because they probably
I like
think you're
this
like
idea.
offering or something. Like,
It definitely wasn't. But all right, next question here. This one's gonna go out to our woman population. What is the most common thing women do that makes guys lose interest?
that is probably not a question that I can answer. I've never. I don't
Well,
know.
you've been in relationships and you've ended relationships. What makes you lose interest?
I never lost interest, I would say.
Okay.
Like, that's not what happened. But like, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, when they're not really into it, that's probably the main one. Or if like, I don't know. If you can't have fun with them, that's a big L for me at least.
Yeah.
That's a good question that I just don't have much experience with, so I probably can't comment.
So I bet you a lot of our female listeners will want to know what's fun.
Oh, just if I'm laughing, if I'm having a good time and they're not immediately like shutting it down, which to be fair has pretty much never happened to me, but like that's fun. It's just like having a blast. What's fun
All
for
right,
you,
I got
Graydon?
you. I don't know. Probably like just reading and like
Yeah, right.
listening to this podcast. That's
Reading a
basically it.
book.
Yeah. I'm an avid reader.
Oh my
Fans should
god.
know that.
What did Cosmo say?
Cosmo said being interested too soon. What do you think of that?
No, I don't think that's a problem. One of the most attractive things I think a girl can do is be interested in you.
Really?
Think about it. If there was someone you had zero interest in and then you found out they were into you, you're at least going to think about it. Next question.
Okay, let me see what the next question was here. All right, last question here.
What? I thought there was 23.
Okay, well there's 23, but I was thinking a bunch of them were really stupid.
Okay, well, if I feel like they might be interesting, but it's fine.
Okay, last question. Do different vaginas feel different?
I don't really have that much experience, Graydon. I don't think I'm the one to
I think you have enough experience.
I don't think I'm the one to answer that. I I don't know. I feel like no.
You think they all feel the same?
I don't know. I really have no idea. I'm trying to think. I don't really want to think about that.
My personal opinion is yes.
I would probably agree. I don't know.
Speaking of experience, I'm a virgin from before I met my girlfriend, so
Yeah. I've still never had sex, so I'm not sure.
yeah. Um,
So
that covers the COVID or the Cosmo questions.
so you said you didn't want to do some of the questions, but that last one was a question you genuinely wanted to do. You're like, this is a great one. Like
Okay, of the 23, that was like one of the better ones.
the other ones must have been
Okay,
horrible.
question 23 is do your side chicks know they're side chicks?
What?
Like, I didn't think that one would really apply to us, Cameron.
No, I don't think we're those type of guys.
Yeah.
Imagine having a side
Yeah.
chick. How would you even control that situation? Like, hey, I can't hang out tonight. I'm hanging out with my main chick. What do they
I don't
say to
think
that?
no that you have a main chick. I don't know. I don't know. This is interesting.
See, you
Like,
said
does
these
a
were
side chick know that she's?
bad questions, but they're kind of interesting.
I feel like there's some debate here.
I don't think I'm gonna try to get a side chick when I have a main chick.
I don't think I would either, but I'm interested into knowing like, do you think side chicks know they're side chicks?
I feel like yes.
Do you think you've ever met someone that's known they're a side chick and has been okay with that?
Oh, that's a better. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
Interesting. I feel
Yeah.
like I do too. Do you think guys do the same thing?
I don't think guys are side guys.
Like, would you ever see yourself in a position where you'd be okay with being like a side dude to a girl?
Not if the like main dude they were like committed.
Okay. Like they're not dating, but like I don't know.
If
There's a
they're
face.
if they're actively talking and I am not actively talking to her, like it was just hookups, then like no chance. That's not okay.
That's not okay.
No, not with me at least.
That's good. It's not okay with me.
Well, I'm glad we came to this. See, the questions are useful. Go to some other ones.
Okay. No, that was like one example, but like some of the other ones are
Find the dumbest one since you seem to think they're
okay.
bad.
Do you ever sit on your balls?
That's a good question, and I'm gonna go with no.
No, I don't think it's ever happened to me.
Hold on, let me stand up and then sit. No, when you sit down, like when you squat, they kind of like move.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe when you're older and it gets saggy.
Yeah.
Sit
Actually,
around.
maybe that's the thing.
That would not feel good.
Yeah, and the rest of the questions are kind of weird. Like, yeah, we don't really need to talk about this stuff. We can go on to other questions. I have other questions to ask you.
Okay, I'm excited for these other ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. One question I did want to ask you was, what do you think your favorite memory is so far at X?
Oh man.
Favorite story?
Oh, there's so many funny stories. I
I don't know.
mean,
That's a tough one, eh?
like, I don't know if any of them are like objectively better than the other ones because they're all really funny. If there was like a best day I've had so far, maybe it was like House Cup first year was really fun. You had a great time that day.
That was a time.
We got stuck in the elevator at like 11 a.m. and then why don't you tell us what happened to you?
I feel like most of our listeners already know about this story. Um, I feel like we don't need to go into a lot of detail,
Okay.
but it's the boot story.
Yeah, he got his boot on. What were some other good days? I don't even know. Varsity pub crawl was hilarious, but just because I'm not a sports member at all. Like,
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that.
and people
Like
were
we stuck
asking
you in
me,
and told everyone that
like,
yeah, what's your 5K or your 10K or whatever?
yeah, and they're like, wait, I've never seen you on the teams. And I'm sitting with like a bunch of football players. I'm like, no, guys, like, I'm on the team.
For
That-
like the people who have not met Cameron, he is just like the scrawniest non-football player guy you can meet.
I am not an athlete in any capacity.
Cam.
I'm an academic athlete.
Yeah,
What's yours? I don't know. That's a
we gotta
hard
get our
question.
priorities straight. Yeah, I have no idea. I feel like that's too hard of a question to like actually answer. I don't know. We had a good time at our Hoko this year,
Oh
and
yeah, we did.
I feel like we threw some good parties in Summers.
Yeah, we actually did. Weirdly enough, Jacobs was not good.
Yeah, Jacobs was probably the worst party.
Like 4 people showed up.
Yeah,
Oh, Jacob, you'll have one day. That's gonna be the best party we've ever had. I'm sure of it.
yeah.
I have faith.
We've definitely had some really good ones though, and like I think back to like maybe your brother's party in first year. I think it was 2 years Eve, and we all like yelled at by Matt Hinton because he got mad at us for some reason.
Oh
And then at the end
yeah.
of the night, someone broke his bong, and he just had like the worst night ever. But I think that
Yeah.
was like a really fun night for us.
He showed up at my door the next morning. Do you know who broke my bong? And I'm like, I don't think I'm the one to ask about bong related situations. I don't have any information.
No,
There was another good party they had first year. It was like first month.
I think we met at one of their parties.
No, we met in res.
No, but like I think we became friends like that. I think that's how we bonded.
Is this your brother's house? Yeah. Oh, you're pretty cool. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks in. I think we were all buddies by
I was
then.
trying to hang out towards Andrew. Let the
Yeah.
record go.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm trying to think of some other good days. I mean, all
Yeah.
the big days were good. Like St. Patty's days were fun. Hokos were good. Although first year
St.
Hoko,
Patty's-
I was like, I didn't know who to hang out with at all. Like I was confused.
Yeah. First year Hoko was kind of awkward, I guess.
Yeah.
And then St. Patty's last year was more fun than this year because this year we found out at like 5 p.m. that we had to go home.
Yeah, and I left at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, you left so soon.
I was hungover out of my mind, packing up my room. Like,
I don't know how you did that, but yeah.
me neither. But that was a fun day. Like the day was fun. We barely got into the party because the cops were out front, so we cut through a stranger's backyard.
What are you talking about? We were there for so long. Yeah, we were there for so long though.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Like I feel like the cops were outside for so long. That's another thing I want to talk to you about is like, do you think with like restrictions, house parties will get shut down? Because I feel like the bars won't be open.
I have no idea. The Maritimes are kind of killing it, and bars have been open where I am.
But are they open like open, or are they like open for like dining and stuff like
They're
that? and they
open,
close at, like,
open.
11?
Like people have been
So,
going uptown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Maritimes really don't have many cases.
Okay, that's another thing I want to ask you about is what's it like out east right now? Because here it's like Here it's really not that bad. Lots of people are wearing like face masks and stuff, which is good. Like people should be wearing face masks.
Yeah.
But like, what's like the do people sort of like seem like they're back to living their normal lives and stuff?
Yeah, we have friends and family bubbles, so you're allowed to hang out with your friends and family without social distancing or masks. So like you can have friends over and stuff. They ask you to social distance in public still. They just lifted the 50 person maximum limit. You're now allowed unlimited.
Whoa, unlimited.
Yeah, think of how many people that is.
It's like 100,000 people.
It's unlimited amount. So they just lifted that, but like it's still pretty weird. Like you see someone with a mask on, and you're no longer like, oh my god, that's an edgy skater boy. Like it's just normal now.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
strange.
That's what it's kind of like here, but like here it's like if you with other people, you kind of get like shunned on, and people like are like, oh, like whoa, like why are you hanging out with people? But like we haven't had that many cases. I've heard the U.S. is really bad right now, but
Oh yeah, they're getting pounded. But I mean,
yeah.
my province, we have an outbreak right now in the northern part. By outbreak,
Oh
I mean
really?
there's 25 people, I think.
I
Which,
didn't even know about this.
yeah, so like the upper part of our province is closed pretty much, but the rest of us are just chilling.
Okay. I was talking with Addison the other day, who's a friend of mine, and he went to Santa FX with us, and now he goes to Dow for his MBA. And he's from Ontario, and he just moved back out to the East Coast like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. And he said when he was crossing the border, there was like so many people trying to cross. Like they had like such like who could cross and like everything. And now he's just sitting in his apartment for the next like 14 days, just quarantining on his own. And he said it's just like hell.
So that's another thing is we may all have to self quarantine when we get to X, which means two
Well, like,
weeks where
you
we.
won't, because if you're in New Brunswick, that's part of the bubble, right? You won't
Oh
have to.
yeah, but I mean, you guys are gonna have to, and like, there's gonna be no classes, so really all there is to do is party for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, but that's my thing is like our bar is going to be open maybe, and will we be allowed house parties? Like I feel like if you have a house party, like the cops could come and shut it down and be like, here's like $1,000 fine because like COVID.
Yeah, but split 5 ways, that's only 200 each.
That's true. That's true. What were we talking about?
Self-isolating and stuff, but we were at the end of the conversation.
Yeah,
Your
I feel like.
posters, your poster came in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so for everyone, uh, I told Graydon I was gonna make a large poster for his room that he has to hang up all year. And in response, he gets to make me a poster, and I have to hang it in my room all year. And his poster's sick.
Is it sick? Like I'm excited I'm gonna have it up, or is it sick? Like you're excited I'm gonna have it up?
I'm excited. Like every time someone comes into your room, they're gonna have to have it explained.
Good. I'll have a lot of visitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Graydon's popular, guys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to trick out my room so we can all hang out in it because our
Well,
living room's really tiny.
you have like a bigger room than our whole living room, so
I think so. So I'm trying to put it. I have the TV for it. I have 2 recliner chairs. My bed's a double bed so people can chill on that, and then I have my sick gaming setup. So lots of space for people.
wow, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, all the girls are gonna be like, "Wow, I heard he has a nice room."
That's what girls care about the most. Do you think I'll be allowed to bring a like bike trainer? Would you guys care about that? Would it be too noisy?
How loud is it?
I feel like it's not that loud.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. Yes, but you have to put it in the kitchen.
Which kitchen?
Oh yeah, no, you have to put it on the balcony.
I could do that. I feel like I could totally do that. Although the winter would suck.
It's the sketchiest balcony of all time. It's held up by a single like
Oh,
rod.
I was thinking the porch, not the balcony.
No, the balcony's terrifying.
For those of you who don't know what our apartment or our house is like, our balcony is literally held up by like a stack of twigs
Yeah.
and
It's
should not be stood on.
and our punishment for if people like don't do dishes or stuff like that, they have to go stand on the balcony and jump a certain amount of times.
It's a dangerous one.
Hope they don't collapse and die.